Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, Supercoach Pro. Today we're doing a bit of a quick live stream. I might have to go to Landrum for this one, but I don't really want to do a team review, not on a live stream anyway. I don't think I can be bothered with that. So more just people's trade plans if people are still up at past midnight now. So I'll have a look. Well, that was pretty quick. I'll have a look quickly on who the trade out targets are at the moment. Now, if you do see Shannon Neal on the side, I did panic buy and grab him. So what do we got at the moment for the players, the matchups? We'll go through VC and C options, of course. So, yeah, not expecting a huge amount of people to be on, but it seems like there's already a few of you in the chat. So, Viper Spuds, I'll just move to the actual kitchen because we get a little bit of a quicker connection here. It says hi. Yeah, look, it's just finished work, so let's get in here. So we'll have a look at some of the players. Try not to make anybody up. And I'll see what there is. So Jai Cardwell is probably going to be amongst these guys. Traded ins and traded outs. What do we got here? Caldwell's number 4, so I'll just get through some of these and then we'll have a look at them. Yeah, you're definitely first, Viper Spuds, absolutely. Give me 2 seconds. My cat's meowing from nowhere. It's a boy, Sam. Let's go through some of these players. So, first of all, Angus Clark is on the bubble. Negative break-even 73. Wow, okay. He's going to make 50k if he scores a 41. That's decent. I mean, he's probably the rookie on the bubble that you'd want to go for because that 97's in his system. So he's probably the one you can afford to go to. You'd think of all the Essendon injuries, he should be fine. Edward, I'm not really sure on his job security with Crouch and all these other players to come back. I don't like paying 150 for a rookie now. I don't really love the Pedwell pick. I just think that as soon as Crows drop a bad game, he could be first to go. And they've got Brisbane this week too, so he could obviously be named in the starting 22, but if they lose, he's probably one of the first to go. Bonds, I've mucked around a Bond on my side personally. It's just so hard to fit him in without destroying your side. We really need to see as a non-owner McGuinness be named. Win Hager hit this game, but you need him in for the Richmond game, clearly. Marvel runs ridiculous too. 1 SCG game out of the next 5 games at the Marvel. So, yeah, Bond's definitely a trade target. Caldwell, bought him in this week. Break even for 21, but yeah, he's a guy that can be just a nice M8. I don't expect too much out of him for the price point. But at least it's value. That's the main takeaway from him. 99k rookie. He was the first in the mid-season draft. Break even at 20. Tom McCarthy. This is the guy that's probably going to take that Marek role, roughly. Obviously, probably be better defensively than Marek. Marek's got to go, in my opinion. He's in my side, but he's out this week. Again, the statistics can be statistics, but end of the day, the coaches can just butcher a player, regardless of what their stat line lines up to be. Campbell Gray riding on the wall with Bolter coming, not really sure, even as a Tiger supporter, if he holds or not. Obviously, him or Trainer's got to go out of that side for Bolter, and I think it's probably a 50-50 call. They've been giving Trainer a lot of chances here. Weber, I think this is a bit of a heat of the moment. Like, no one can afford Bonds that have gone to Weber. I think the week to get him was when he was 571. Yeah, I'm not paying close to 600 for a Weber. Nick Martin, you missed the boat for Martin, surely. Oh, you could still go up another 30k. You're not paying 590 for Nick Martin. Rosie, he's been underwhelming, so I get he's had his buy, but have a look at his current scores. I'm not trying to undersell it because I've already got him, but yeah, I mean, he's done that once in the last 4 weeks. That's the issue with Rosie. Porter just getting pounded as well, so can't set a tag going to him. And then McCluggage, I'd rather pay $5.98 for McCluggage over Weber, regardless of the buy. But obviously, you want to target players just so they're buy. So, get into some of the comments. Probably not going to be a huge night. I'll probably try to be quick. Can I have some help on trades? Yeah, send them through, mate. SC Mongrels, Bolton, Carroll, and Kako to Bont, Clark, and Dan Butler from the Saints. I like Bont and Clark, but doesn't Clark has the bye this week, mate, so I don't think I'd do that. So with Butler. I'd also hold Bolton. He just scored 100, so I probably wouldn't be doing that. G'day, Aaron. What's going on? I'm stuck in two kinds. All right, let me know what you got. What has he got? 2 mines, right, Viper? What do you got? 2 trades out. Bison Merrick, Bonds and Clark. I'm pretty sure Clark's got the buy this week. Or Ashcroft and Merrick and Bias into Cardwell, Bonds and... Oh, you're talking about the bloody Essendon Clark. My apologies. I'm thinking about the Freo Clark. My goodness. I'm just knocked off work. I'm like, why is people talking about bloody Clark? On that note, let me scroll back up to this man. Bolton, Carroll, Kako to Bont, Clark, and Butler. Then no, because I wouldn't be going Butler, but now I know what Clark you're talking about. You're talking about the 113k Essendon rookie. I'm an idiot. My apologies. Just watching the stream after midnight. My cat is meowing crazy. Let me go find her in a second. Or Ashcroft. I probably wouldn't go Pedal. I'd probably rather Clark, to be honest. But I do like those ins. Caldwell, Bonds. I probably like this trade more, Viper. Oh, geez. I remember you went and captained Finn with me, so I'm surprised you're still here for that 72. We captained Finny boy. Yo, pro. This is DJ Gardner Holmes. Thinking of turning Marek, Ashcroft, Lindsay into Clark, Rosie, and Petrarca. Yep, don't mind it. Petrarca's still going to have his buy, of course. This will get me 22 premiums. Yeah, then you probably send it. Or I could reverse Petrarca to Lindsay and bank 240 for Butters next week. That's probably the better plan, I'd say. I'm pretty sure this guy's ranked 8th, aren't you now? Hi, Brad. I'm considering Bont, Shearer, and then not sure for the 3rd. Wow. I don't know how much money you got in the bank. Who are you giving up for Bont and Shearer? That's my question. Where's my cat gone? What are you meowing for? Where are you? I can't see her because she's... Are you stuck in a cupboard? She's stuck in a cupboard. How did you get in there, mate? No wonder you're meowing your head off. You're in a makeup cupboard. Oh, my God. Anyway. Sorry. My cat decided to climb into a makeup cupboard that's not mine, clearly. That's not me, but anyway. I wonder why she's going off the chop. So what's he got for me? Maybe Cooper Ward. I don't know who your trade outs are, though. That's the only thing. I'm pretty sure this is Derek, isn't it? It is Derek. I like Bont, I like Shearer. Why is Cooper Ward? Why does Cooper Ward come up? Let's have a look at Cooper Ward, people. There's something I'm missing of Cooper Ward. Pretty sure Yaz has mentioned Cooper Ward too. Shout out to Yaz. Cooper Ward 290. He's been in the lab tonight, cooking up a storm. Cooper Ward 13, break even. What do we got? Must be a CBA increase. Let me have a look. Cooper Ward. Let's look at CBAs for DFS. CBAs, DFS. Carlson. Cooper Ward's such a left field pick too. CBAs. We won't be going for long this stream because the little one will probably wake up, I'm imagining. And then we'll want a bottle at some point. Cooper Ward. He doesn't even have CBAs. He's got 33% round 9, 3% round 11. What am I missing here with Cooper Ward? 77, 64, 96. No, I don't really know why Cooper Ward's a pick. Someone explain to me. Anyway, I might have missed something here. Sometimes I don't know every player, obviously. It's a boy Ham, Flynn, Lashcroft, and Simpson. Okay, into Cherry Card 1, Pedler, 482. Yeah, who left in the bank? I'd probably be using that money actually. I wouldn't be leaving that much in the bank. I like the first two options. I just probably not as hot on Pedler, considering the job security of him. I'd probably rather Clark for 113k defender. Fury, who do you think the better rookie is? I think Clark. Clark, in my opinion, is injury list. Yeah, I know, I totally agree. Oh, Jackie is in the house. There you go, mate. G'day, brother. Cripper coming in to consideration for me. Same here, good price, but also think they got us at 535k. Yeah, I tend to agree. I'm tossing up between both of them as well. Nobody special. Pooh and a couple of rookies. Oh, that's because you banked 700k, I believe, on last night's stream. Yeah, then I'd probably do it. How many more upgrades do you got to finish your side too? I haven't really had a look. Jack, anyone picking up Pedal as a downgrade? I could be wrong, but like all these rookies anyway have got pretty shaky job security. Like you're bringing him in just hoping to downgrade to use that money anyway, really. As long as you don't name sub, you'll be fine. You'd hope. Thoughts on TDK and Cripps? I think TDK is probably a good shout this week. The ruck run's pretty decent. And Cripps, I think he's a fine M8, but I'm not expecting much, regardless of the fixture. I see him as probably a 105 guy. TDK, I think, can go 110 to 115 for similar price. That's the issue. DJ, the Callahan C was criminal. Yeah. But kudos to us for taking the L that way. Yeah, you got it. You got to own your mistakes. Like I've been doing a lot of crazy stuff this year, and not all of it's paid off, and you're all still here anyway. I mean, I brought in Shannon Neal this week, and you guys are still turning up. So if I can bring in Shannon Neal at rank 79, I can probably do anything at this point. Maybe I might include Bolter this week and bloody Hugo Hainigan and Tanner to top it off. 3-way trade. Matthew, thoughts on Sam Darcy after the price drop? Yeah, I think this is a bit of a no-brainer, Matthew. I think I would as well. I'd go there, especially if he gets about 400k. A few is Bolton, Sheasel, Robertson. Bolton, I think, can be. He looks good. Sheasel, I think at worst case can be D7, M9, which is a bit expensive to hold for that sort of player, but I think I'm keeping him at this point. Roberts is a little bit frustrating, but we know what we bought for him, so it's not the worst pick. I think he's a fine D6. I just wouldn't want to have too many of these questionable D6s, I suppose. But you can't have every top dog. Cardwell is probably an M8 at best. Very hard to know what they're going to all average, these kind of players, but they'll be the last 4 in your side for your best 22. Probably the flex will knock out one of these players' scores if they have a poor one. Simon Falcon. Dacos now or after the bye. He plays Melbourne, so he could go nuts, but then I don't know. He's a guy you could go after the bye. I'm pretty sure he's got St Kilda after the bye anyway, Silent Falcon. I'm seeing a lot of new faces, by the way, so thanks for everyone jumping on. If you want to become a member and support this channel, that'd be nice. I think it's only $4 or $5 to be a member and whatnot, but don't have to be. But if you haven't subbed to the channel, definitely do that for notifications for a live stream at midnight. Unfortunately, because of my work schedule. Richo, hey Brad, hope you and the family are doing well, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, mate. I'm going Flynn, Marek, and Levi to TDK, Grips, and Angus Clark. I like it. Yep, I'll do that. That's a simple one for me, mate. Richo, I like it. I might get George Stewart to the Crips. Not sure. You could probably wait for the George Stewart break even, but I don't hate it at all. It's a boy Ham. I'm already have Clark and Gray, so I have the flexibility. Don't need to get rid of Simpson immediately. Wow. Yeah, well, if you can go get Bonds and it doesn't hurt you, then yeah, do it. Boyper, Carroll, Marek, Lindsay to Bont, Clark, and McCarthy, 100 in the bank. Yeah, I like that one as well. Or Carroll, Marek to Rosie. No, I think I like option one. Derek, Trip going to F, but not totally happy with a few defenders. Again, you can't have all the best top dogs. I can't believe you're so far ahead in a different country as well. Like, you must be all over the Supercoach. You must have excellent internet over in Thailand too. Imagine you're probably living like a king. I just picture you just listening to live streams by the pool, drinking out of fresh coconuts, and just living the life. I'm very jealous. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here after HSP, got 40 fights waiting to release after this live stream. Joshua, how's it going, mate? Yeah, good, thanks. If I let some sneaky gas out, I don't even care at this point. Anyway, thoughts on these outs. Marek and Cleary. Yep, I like that. Inns, Cleary, and Gray. At least Gray, you'll be able to see if his name is Bolter, so I don't mind it, but he's 170k. Again, I'd rather a cheaper rookie than that. But yeah, I don't hate it. DJ, hopefully Bice gets dropped. Yes. This is the first time I've actually been mentioned this. I actually think it will help Blakey as well. More so, maybe. Yeah, this is really interesting, actually. I think it'll help them both, but definitely Blakey and Roberts. I love these points when I haven't been thinking about Supercoach and someone comes up with stuff like this. This is why I jump on. I love that. Thank you for that comment, mate. McCarthy. It's all right. I knew who you meant, Belooper, but I can't remember how to say it. Three, is it worth going for a full team of 23, even though it's scores of only 22? Yes, it is. I think so, mate, for sure. Give us a like for this late night stream too. As soon as the bubs wake up for a bottle, I'm out of here. So this is a stream that's pretty much on a timer, depending on Bubba. Jack, I'm happy for you that you didn't drop out in the rankings. I dropped to 250 to 950. What? Damn. Yeah, at least you're still in the top 1K. Exactly, Jack. Glad to hear from you. I'll have to give you a call too soon, by the way, Jack. Last time was cut short because, yeah, you know why. It's a boy Ham, and I wanted to finish my back line. I like getting Nas as well. Get Nas next week as Butters also. Yeah, I've heard a few people say they want to get rid of Warner. This one's an obvious one, I reckon. Ham. If you can get Bont, you probably should do it. Do we keep ranking Warner? Who else is there to go to is probably my next question. Roller coaster. Yeah, neither did I. Not into thumping. It's very hard to tell. Tim also trying to decide between getting Bonds and probably not being able to afford a decent 23rd. Well, some cheaper options to get a 23rd. I'm in the same conundrum as you guys. Again, I don't know. I'll show you my side at the moment. I probably should have gone Neil now in hindsight. But I'm probably looking at this is not exact, by the way, so don't quote me, but Marek's going for me. I think he's got him. Trainers break even's too high. Haven't decided if we'll get rid of Marshall or Lindsay. Marshall's not playing clearly, but Marshall could stay in flex. Probably makes more sense to get rid of rookies instead of sideways in primos, but I really want to get Marshall rid of him for 1 week. I'm not sure, so kind of looking at something. I don't even know if I will. I don't even know if I trust any of these players that are cheap, but I'm willing to risk it, I suppose. Like, I can't even get Georgie Stewart anyway. I'd have to get Paddy Cripps, which would kind of suck. I love DPP in here. It's sick. McCarthy is probably the guy. Maybe. I wonder if Paris is in the chat. He's normally watching this sort of stuff at this time of night. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't really care about the cash gen at this point. Pretty much side's done. Optimize. We've got stuff all trades, but yeah. Surely Elite gets a game now because of the ACL to Ward, unfortunately. That would be my forward line. Basically, this is Neil's going to go eventually, of course. Can't believe we bought in Shane Neil. I can't. This is the bloke that also traded in bloody Ben Hobbs a few years ago, if you didn't follow me that long ago. Yeah, I think you just got to roll the dice as well at some point. So Marek doesn't matter to me because I don't need another forward. So my forward on would be Bailey Smith, Petrarca, Warner, Rankin, Bolton, Caleb Daniel. I don't know if I can grab a Sam Darcy or a Horny Man or McRae. I might just have to line up with these guys. Midfield. Again, this is not set, by the way. This is just hypotheticals. Tommy Stewart down back. I'd have a defender mid in the midfield, I think, which would be, Sinclair. I need one midfielder, and that's it, I think. It's kind of why I've got to hold Marshall. So I just need one more upgrade with 9 trades, but I can probably do that. Stewart and Shannon Noel. What about me? It isn't fair. Anyway, could probably get 600k out of that. Grab a midfielder here, and then you're done. Maybe Butters from Stewart to Neil into Butters for more ass upgrade. But I also could get Dacos or something like that. I haven't really decided, to be honest. And again, you could probably go Mules over Stewart. I don't even know. I'm very undecided this week. Yeah, I could go to the crowd and go 56%. Everyone has him. Could go home still. I just don't know what I'm going to do with that second, third pick, whatever. Richo, thought about trade plans for the week. Well, yeah, I sort of had showed you a little bit, but I'm not actually completely sure. I usually rage trade tonight and come to my senses during the week. Very similar boat, Richo, actually. Matthew, why did you go Shannon Neal over Kyle Lehman? Actually, I should probably explain that. Look, I haven't done my video of mine. I'll talk you through it. So it's a guy I wasn't hot on. If you watch Shorty's, what do you call it? The stream on whatever night, Tuesday night it was, I think. But a few curveballs happened. Now, on my right-hand side is my trades. We're not going to look at every one of them, but I got rid of Bice. His break-even was high anyway. Cleary wasn't meant to come out this week, but then he got named sub, so I did this trade on the Thursday night for Caldwell and Wicks. Again, I wanted to get the cheapest rookie possible because I don't plan on using any of these rookies once it's best 22. A Campbell Gray or whatever was dead to me. So I just wanted maximum cash. So Caldwell jumped on because of Stewart rumours, or else I would have went Stewart. Anyway, the only reason why I went Henderson, a dead rookie, which is stupid to do in my position, to Neil, is because I had to hold Elijah Stewart. I'll show you my team. I had to hold Elijah Stewart and I had to hold, who was it? Lindsay, I think. If I didn't hold Lindsay and Elijah Stewart and field Shannon Neal, I would have copped the trainer 28 and the Archer Daywicks 27 or whatever the hell it was. So basically, I'll undo this trade, undo the side, and lucky in hindsight, lucky I didn't move Stewart to Tom Stewart because I would have only gained like 10 points from that trade. So Stewart survived to get rid of this score, and then Neil came on to get rid of this score up here, which probably wasn't worth a whole trade, but at the end of the day, I mean, he made me 40K in a week, 39.8, break even still 13. Even if he gets to 62, he gets me 21K, so that's 60K. Well, it's still not great, but that could be a straight swap to Mills if Mills does a banger against Tigers, or if he resets his break even completely and goes nuts this week against Gold Coast. Yeah, maybe he gets to 350, but I'm being optimistic. Honestly, with my side, I only need really Stewart and Neil to become one primo. So it doesn't really matter what price Neil gets to. Obviously, the more expensive he is, the better primo I can get at M8, but hopefully I can just get him to Butters anyway. So I'll see how we go. It was a bit of a play last minute, again, to ditch those two low scores, just in the position and ranking that I'm in. But that was the thought behind that, not because I love Shannon Neal as a pick, as a key forward, blah, blah, blah. It also reminded me 63 grand in the bank. So I knew he had a negative break even of 33 here. So this was just a tactical play. It wasn't one I was going to talk about during the week because I never planned on grabbing him. It was probably, what's the game? I think it was like a couple hours before the game started. I was like, I just need to take a punt here. 1786 for the week. So I had VC gone and my score was tracking awful. So I had to take the risk on the C for Bailey Smith to get extra points because I needed to get about 1,800. As it was, I lost 40 places and went down from 38 ranking to a 79. But I had to play the percentages here. I had to just, if I didn't take this, then we're looking at about a 1750 or something like that. I don't really know. But I had to just play risk reward, and Neil didn't pay off, but holding Stewart did because then it banged out to 28. So I sort of gained 70 points from that and gained 30 points from that maybe. So I gained 100 points, I think. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I'll know at the end of the season if I've won the money, it's worth it. But look, we tried to do what we could, and the idea was right, but we didn't go Wyman because that game had already played, and I couldn't bring myself to bring Wyman due to the haircut and due to the fact that he's always injured. Not actually the haircut, but I can't. I struggle to watch Brisbane games as it is, so for me to be friends with Jack takes it a lot. Just kidding, Jack. I don't know. I couldn't do Wyman. He's so injury prone. He probably catches a cold and probably wouldn't play the next day. He's that kind of player. Anyway, enough about Wyman. I didn't go there. White comes on the field and tweaks his ankle. Simon Falcon, will you eventually upgrade Daniel? I think he's fine, F6, mate, for what we've got. If you have a look at the players in your forward line, we don't got anything amazing. Again, he's very similar to Marek. He's not the best football player, clearly, but he's good for Supercoach, and that's about it. So what is he? He's 11th average overall, so I really don't care. He's averaging 93. Again, you can't get it. I can't afford to grab a Jackson and Martin and all the big dogs. Probably can wait for Darcy to drop, a McRae to drop, a Horn Francis to drop. How the hell is Horn Francis in 20% of sides? What the hell? McRae's in 37% of sides still. That's crazy. And Nick Martin's not hurting me because he's a pod anyway. So, yeah, that's the thoughts behind that anyway. Jack, sounds good, mate. Keen to catch up on things. Hope everything's very good for you. It is, mate. It is. Hopefully everything's good for you too, mate. And it's cold out there and you'll have a good run. So, yeah. Jack, bring in Cameron and Holmes. They've been the best play last week. Yeah, I know, right? But I'm not losing sleep over it. Picked up Ash. Round 16 is going to be bad. Yeah, I'll probably make up points for round 16, Jack, maybe. I don't know. Jack, seriously, if Clay Hall isn't named this week, I'm calling up West Coast coaching staff and sending formal complaint. Wicks is in the house. Hey, mate, not a horrible round for me last week, but round 16 is going to hurt. I think everybody is going to hurt round 16 from the looks of it. Give us a like and all the rest of it too if you haven't already. Anyway, what's he saying? So I'm very tempted to bring Kyle from Marek. I like that. But already have gone Zorko, Neil, Whitfield, Ash, Smith, Merritt out of that 6 primos. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would probably screw you. But Kydwell is a boxer and he's a good-looking lad. So if he doesn't score well on the field, at least he looks the part. He looks like a true fighter. Matthew, not the hair. I always have a go at the players' hairs, and here I am running the same haircut for the last 5 years. Anyway, whatever. Matthew, mate, he's got his finger put back in on the field and kept playing. He's tough enough. Yeah, but how come Tanner's not recovered then? And Tim, yeah, I heard Oyman switch the lights on. I reckon he sits down the piss. Jack Oyman is a good fellow, but dumb as rocks and injury prone, yes. I mean, he would be eating crowns at a picnic by the sounds of it. Good talent when he's on. He hadn't kicked a goal all year until last week. Did you know? No, I didn't know. I try not to watch Brisbane games because they bring their own umpires, Jack, as you know. But you're lucky you've got a lot of off you, but just not your team, unfortunately. I think what used to piss me off, Jack, was what's his name? Reece Matheson. I couldn't stand Richmond playing Matheson because Matheson would always try to get stuck into Dusty and think he was Dusty. Rayner used to give me the absolute shits. And who was the other player that used to give me shits? Cameron, when he did that stupid bike thing and doing this stuff, like, mate, it just looked like you were going for a ride on an electric scooter, honestly. Anyway, I remember when Dusty kicked 6 goals, and that's all I can think about. Apart from that, I actually like Fagan. If Fagan wasn't the coach, I'd probably hate them more than Geelong. At least you're a good lad, Jack. I don't know how you're a Brisbane supporter. I'm actually very confused here because you're probably one of the nicest people I know. McLovin, Rosie, Cripps, LDU, or Hewitt. Yeah, sounds like a KFC combo, doesn't it, when you say that fast? Probably the Hewitt burger, for sure. Jack, you seen the story of him explaining him trying to blow up the tyre with his... No, oh my God. I haven't seen the video, but I think I lost a brain cell just thinking about it. I've only got 2 sitting in my brain, so now I'm half-price brain cell right now after listening to that DJ. I think all the McRae and Horny owners were owners of Callaghan. Yeah, true. Yep. We did have to make a choice too. DJ got in the homes. Yeah, that ad's so catchy. That lives in my head rent free now every time you're on, by the way. Anyway, Tim, I saw that Jack and Lucky is an AFL player. Lucky he's an AFL player. I'm not sure what else he'd do. Yeah, Lucky this is not my full-time job or else I'd be fired because I'm not very good at reading on the screen. I'd be the worst anchorman. I'd be pretty much like Will Ferrell on Anchorman. Actually, I'd be like Brick. I'd be definitely like Brick. Steve Carell. Matthew, did you see Reece Matheson's steroids? Really? Yes, I actually did. I saw the gym photos. That's right. They're not alleged. That's got to be for real. Like, the dude's so jacked. He makes Arnie look like he almost didn't go to gym at some point. That's a joke, clearly. But, yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's got to be on Sun. You don't get that big that quick. Anyways, I don't believe it, Matthew. There's no way. And Matthew, don't forget the free kick, Richmond. I don't remember that. So, something in my eye, Matthew. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm actually monetized, so sorry, YouTube, but Matthew started that fight, so ban him, not me. Just kidding, Matthew. Jack, I understand if you're from Melbourne, most fans probably hate Brisbane. I actually like interstate sides, but ever since I found out you're a Brisbane fan, I just decided to turn on you. I'm joking. I'm glad you guys know what I'm actually like, thank goodness. Wixie, need to move Marek. I agree, and Flynn now. I think you just need to move West Coast players on because West Coast are so shit to watch. I can't stand watching West Coast games. Just some of the players, it's a hard watch to watch Hewitt do all this play and get no scaling. And then I got to watch players like Gimby. I can't watch Gimby's head floating around. Who's the other player that really annoys me? Flynn basically reminds me of Gumby, you know, that green Gumby looking thing. That is literally Flynn. Who else really pisses me off? Cripps is about 103 years old. Is probably their best player half the time. Why is every Cripps a decent player? I want to know that. I don't know. And Minnie just keeps switching all the players around. So no wonder you didn't get the gig at Richmond, mate. You're so reactionary. You'd actually probably be good at Supercoach Mini, but clearly not at West Coast. Like you haven't even won them a game. West Coast looks so much better at home as well than what they do away. When they play away, they just as soon as they can't sleep in their own bed, it's no good for them. They just I don't know. There's something weird about that. I feel sorry for West Coast supporters though. Like I probably wouldn't turn the TV on until fourth quarter and just hope. There's such a hard watch. They play so well for a few quarters and then all of a sudden they just gone. I don't know. Matthew, no, he got tested and clear. I can't believe that's true, Matthew. Tim, Brad loves lamp. Brad loves a lamp. Brad loves a lamp. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm a little bit special, but what does that mean? Brad loves lamp. Okay. Thanks, Tim. Jack, I'll go Husway to Clark and Marek to Dacos. Yeah, I like that. Got up to 550k. Anyone else I should consider? I'm tossing up between those two, so I'll DM you personally when I pick one. Jack. Hewitt somehow managed 90. Yeah, he played really well for a 90. He was due. He was very due. Jack, should have grabbed Anderson when I had the chance, but it's next week, hopefully. Anderson's got a weird head on him. He sort of reminds me of just like a typical, like, he's got a bit of a tradie head to him. More of a Sparky, actually. Sorry, any Sparkies in the chat. Any plasterers want to come to my house because I'm about to smash and dry wall if I see Shannon Noel do another 50. Anyway, Matthew, does anyone watches coach panels? I do every now and then. I don't watch much content now that I create content. I watch my besties. I watch Rookie Coach. I watch the guys we have in a little group chat, Supercoach Edge and stuff like that. But I don't delve into too much else because I'm doing my own thing and I've got so much other stuff going on. I think the top 50 countdown is probably my favorite thing from the coaches panel. MJ and some random guys. I can't remember the other guys, but I do listen to a little bit of MJ during preseason, if anything, Matthew. So I know who you're talking about. I don't know. I'll go ask Bevo tonight. Hey, Bevo. Silent. When do we get the Bont? I'm not sure. I've been waiting for Bont. It's like when you sort of... Actually, I shouldn't say this in case she's watching my videos, but it's like when you're waiting for that message at 3 a.m. I don't know. You get him when you can afford to get him, but don't ruin your team for him. I love Anchorman, honestly. I'm I'm a huge Will Ferrell advocate. It's not a really bad movie he's done. I love Elf. What's that car racing one? The NASCAR ones. Oh, what's it called? I love the other guys that he does with Mark Wahlberg. What's that driving one? It's so funny. Anyway, that's where you get the saying from. If you're not first, you're last. Sorry, I missed your comment, Jack. I sort of normally skip over Brisbane supporters. I'm going to just send Cherry is playing West Coast. Yeah, he is. VC him, Jack. If you don't, I'll be very disappointed. Thoughts on Ashton Hall? Ashton Hall? Is this actually a player? All right. Ashton Hall. Ashton. There is no Ashton Hall. Stuff you. Very funny. I think I fell for that. Very good, actually. I don't know what it's meant to be, but yeah, well done to you. Thanks, Matthew. I'll always remember you. Scott, bought in Turner last week. What the hell? That's wild. Go the Tigers, by the way, even though we choked. Scored 100. While the rest of them were buying. Sorry, while the rest of them were too busy hugging. Well done. You turned your season around. Jason, I was keen on Steel a couple of weeks ago, but chickened out. I need to grow some nuts, I reckon. Yeah, potentially, but I grew nuts for Neil, and look what happened. I end up losing some brain cells and got to watch a guy that looks like he gets out of bed and just plays football as a side quest. I can't believe how slow he looked at sometimes, Shannon Neil. I should probably grab my charger, or else my computer will die. But that might actually. How many minutes has my computer got? 58 minutes. But he's just going to risk it for the biscuit. So when the computer dies, we're going out with a bang. That's funny. You guys are not even going to know now. So if I just immediately disappear, my battery has died. Unless someone wants to go get it for me. Alan, is that a HSP in your profile picture? I can't see. I need to zoom in. What's your thoughts on Bonds? On Bonds, sorry. I do that every time. I don't think he's a must-have for any round. I just think it'd be nice to have him, but I also don't think he will kill your side if you don't have him. McLovin, I read somewhere that it was. I think it's about the steroid. Jack, anyone think Aiden Johnson is the scariest who can play on the field? No, probably the ruckman. Maybe like a Nate the Tank. I'm pretty sure if I was lining up against Nate the Tank, that would be more scary than Aiden Johnson. Aiden Johnson just looks like an angry version of Pitbull, really. Mr. Worldwide. Anyway, McLovin. I always think of that movie that every time I see your name too. Anyway, McLovin. Anderson's overrated. I tend to agree somewhat. I don't know what his disposal fishing is. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but we probably think he's overrated if you're Victorian. DJ, Flynn is going to get murdered. It's going to be a hard watch. Yeah, I agree. Jacob N. That might be the one. That might be the movie I'm thinking of. That is a great movie. I inspired to be him. Such a good movie, honestly. I might watch this after this. Matthew, I meant he isn't Adam Traw, is. I'm so confused. Semi-Pro is such a good Will Ferrell movie too. It is. It bloody is. Oh, okay. Now I know what's going on. Search up Ashton. Did I spell it wrong? No. Okay. Search up Ashton Hall Daily Return. I think it will be good for you. I'm so confused. I'll remind myself to do that, but Ashton Hall daily routine. Ashton Hall is good for 99k. You guys taking the mickey out of me. I can't believe my team name's Bont Identity, and there's no identity of the Bont in my side. And in fact, he's should be called the missing Bont Identity because we don't even have him. Absolute fraud of a name. Name yourself Bont. To be fair, I would have ran with Bont if he didn't get injured in the preseason or whatever the hell it was. But no, he decided that he'd do a calf, whatever the hell it was. Ashton. Someone's pulling my leg here. I can't see no Ashton. Anyway, this is the last time I'll look up this bastard. How many hauls? I was going to say. Anyway, we'll probably jump out of here soon. Am I going nuts? Maybe you guys will stitch me up here, McLovin. Shannon Noel should always give you a good high score against the Bombers in a couple of weeks. Potentially, if I hold on to him for that long. I don't know if I will now. Anyway, I better go, surely. I'm pretty sure old mate's going to wake up for a bottle. Yeah, man, it's lagging hard now. McLovin, all the forwards suck at the moment. They definitely do. Rankin and Warner will be cheap, yeah, but no one will want them after their poor scores as well. I'm on one bar out here too. You'd think I'm in the sticks or something. We'll probably wrap this up in about 10 minutes. Sort of like I had a spicy McChicken wrap today. It was actually really good from Macca's. Anyway, I don't know why I thought I'd share that with you, but what was the other thing I wanted to quickly have a look at real quick? Scroll down. How's it 1 a.m. already? Okay. I think we're going a sec, but we looked at those. Did we all get traded out just before we head off? Okay, yep, that's valid. Cleary, you've got to get rid of him. What's his break even? Pretty sure it's pretty high. 91, yes. See you later, Cleary. You've done your job. You've actually lost money this week too. Yeah, Bice probably going to get dropped anyway. You don't get subbed out at halftime if you're not going to get dropped. Break even 110. See you later, Bice. Can't believe I thought you were D6. It's a joke. Called that way too early. Kane Corns, Levi Ashcroft. You've been a good rookie for most of us. You got subbed out. Time to go. Break even 77. You could probably hold him, but I just don't want to get him subbed out again. Marek's got to go. He was a good rookie. He made us 150k. Probably should have cashed him out at 490. Hindsight. 155 break even. Yeah, see you later, Marek. You're not even going to play this week anyway. You're a fraud. And then the rest are pretty self-explanatory anyway. That's perfect that my computer decided to freeze on that. I have no idea what this means. You're speaking Chinese to me at the moment. Oh, you're talking Mexican. My apologies. I actually like Mad Mex. I already did. You have to rewind this to about 20 minutes ago. I went through my trades, DJ. I'm about to get out of here before my thing dies. my laptop. I didn't bring my charger with me in this room. You'll see in the video though, or I can message you. Mike's, hey buddy, I'm getting. Hey bud. Oh no, okay, my battery's low. This would be the last one. I reckon we're out of here. Hey bud, I'm thinking against Tom Stewart Cardwell, even though I don't like it. What are your thoughts? I do like them both. Roberts for Nick Martin next week as he is the buy. I don't mind that at all, actually. I like those last two trades, though, that you mentioned before that. All right, so my battery's on 20%. The light's dimmed out. So I think we're going to get out of here. How good has Mark O'Connor gotten? That's a random one to finish off with. But yeah, very valid. Anyway, I better get out of here. It was a quick stream. Good night, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. Give us a sneaky like. I'll try to jump on most nights when I can here and then. So, yeah, if you're not subbed to the channel, if you sub, you get notified at midnight. If you're still awake, close up all your other tabs and join this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy.